Ladies and gentlemen, God truly loves a woman. His love is not hidden. It is revealed in ways that cannot be explained by the world. It is seen in the calmness of her heart during the storm, in the strength that rises within her when life tries to break her, and in the light that shines through her even in her darkest days. When God sets his eyes on a woman, she is no longer the same. She begins to walk differently, think differently, and live with a purpose far beyond herself. She knows she is loved, not because life is perfect, but because she can feel his hand guiding her steps, even when the road is uncertain. When God loves a woman, his love becomes the strongest force in her life, shaping her, protecting her, and lifting her to places she never imagined she could go. It is a love that cannot be compared to any other, because it is pure, holy, and unchanging. This love is not about making her life free from struggles, but about giving her the strength and courage to face those struggles with grace and confidence. When God loves a woman, his presence is evident in the smallest details of her life. She finds herself walking through seasons that would have crushed others. Yet she stands firm because she knows who holds her. She may not always understand the path, but she trusts the one who guides her steps. His love becomes her anchor when the wings of life blow hard. It becomes her shield when the battles come, and it becomes her song when her heart feels heavy. A woman who is loved by God does not need the world to validate her because she knows she has already chosen. She no longer strives to be everything to everyone because she has found her identity in the one who created her. The confidence she carries is not arrogance, but assurance that she is loved, forgiven, and favored. This love gives her peace that makes no sense to those around her. When chaos swirls, she is calm. When fear rises, she has courage. When loss comes, she grieves but does not despair because she knows something greater is working for her good. Even in silence, when prayers seem unanswered, she trusts because she has experienced his faithfulness before. When God loves a woman, it changes how she sees the world and how the world sees her. She becomes a vessel of compassion, extending kindness even when others are unkind. She forgives because she has been forgiven. She encourages because she knows what it's like to be lifted. She carries light into dark places, and people are drawn to her not because of what she has, but because of who she belongs to. Doors open for her that no man can close. And when one closes, she knows it is only because something better awaits. Her faith becomes her shield, and her joy becomes her strength. The storms do not destroy her. They refine her. The fire does not consume her. It purifies her. She is not exempt from pain, but she is never alone in it. God's love gives her an inner strength that surprises even her. She may bend, but she will not break. She may stumble, but she will not stay down. There is a resilience in her spirit that keeps pressing forward, a quiet courage that does not need applause. And when life tries to silence her, the love of God speaks louder. This love sustains her when resources run low, comforts her when the world seems cold, and reminds her daily that she is precious and valued. To be loved by God is to walk with a sense of purpose and destiny. It is to know that every step, every tear, and every victory is woven into a beautiful story written by his hand. When God loves a woman, there is something different about the way she lives, speaks, and even carries herself. It's not because life is always easy for her, but because she is deeply rooted in a love that cannot be shaken. She knows she belongs to someone greater, and that knowledge shapes her choices, her faith, and her strength. Yet a woman loved by God is not defined by her past mistakes or her present struggle. She knows she has been redeemed and that grace has written her name in places she never expected. This gives her a quiet confidence, a sense of worth that no amount of criticism or rejection can take away. Even in seasons of pain, her heart beats with hope because she knows that the one who loves her will never abandon her. His love is not fragile or temporary. It is eternal and strong, and it covers every part of her life. The world may look at her and see weakness, but what they cannot see is the strength of the one holding her together. She walks through storms, but is not destroyed. She faces battles, but is not defeated. And she experiences loss, but is never without comfort. There is a power in her spirit that comes from knowing that she is loved beyond measure. She can forgive those who hurt her not because it is easy, but because she has tasted mercy herself. She can face tomorrow with courage because she knows who holds her future. The love of God turns her pain into purpose and her trials into testimonies. She does not chase after the approval of people because she already has the approval of heaven. This changes everything about her outlook and her attitude. She carries joy even when circumstances try to steal it, and she speaks life, even when surrounded by negativity. When God loves a woman, her life becomes a reflection of His goodness. People notice something about her, something different, something radiant. They may not be able to explain it, but they can feel it. It's the peace that surrounds her in chaos, the grace that flows from her words, and the strength that shines through her eyes. Her life becomes an example of faith in action, not because she is perfect, but because she knows where her help comes from. She trusts that every step is ordered, every delay has meaning, and every challenge is an opportunity for growth. She learns to release what she cannot control and rest in the knowledge that she is loved by the one who controls everything. This love is not loud or boastful, yet it is unshakable. It teaches her to rise when she falls, to believe when hope seems far, and to give thanks even in the waiting. It is the reason she prays with conviction and lives with purpose. Even when she feels weary, she draws strength from the fact that she is never alone. When people doubt her, she keeps moving. When life tests her, she keeps trusting. And when she looks in the mirror, she sees not just herself, but the reflection of the one whose love defines her worth. To be loved by God is to walk in a confidence that no circumstance can take away, and to live each day knowing she is chosen, cherished, and guided by an unfailing hand. When God's love rests upon a woman, her life becomes a quiet yet undeniable testimony of His power and grace. It's not that her days are free from difficulty, but that even in difficulty there is something steady within her. She walks with a kind of assurance that is rare, a confidence not built on her own ability, but on the unshakable faith that she is held and known by the one who created her. She can face disappointment and still smile. She can feel broken and still believe, because she knows her story is not over and the author of her life is good. This love is not simply a feeling. It's a covering, a shield, a light that leads her through the shadows. It transforms her heart and her mind, reminding her that she is valuable even when the world tries to tell her otherwise. It lifts her out of fear and teaches her to stand even when life tries to push her down. A woman loved by God learns to find purpose in every season. When doors close, she trusts that they were not meant for her. When opportunities arise, she steps forward with courage because she believes they were prepared just for her. She does not compete or compare because she knows who she is. She is not swayed by flattery or defeated by criticism because neither one defines her. This love has taught her to see herself through the eyes of grace, to believe in the beauty of her own journey, and to understand that everything she experiences is shaping her into something stronger and wiser. She forgives because she has been forgiven. She shows kindness because kindness has been shown to her. Even when life seems heavy, she carries peace because she knows she is not carrying it alone. When people watch her, they may not understand how she can remain calm in chaos, how she can still sing when things are falling apart, or how she can believe when everything seems impossible. But the secret is simple. She knows who she is. This knowledge changes everything. It changes how she prays, how she loves, how she endures. It gives her an anchor. When the world feels uncertain and a foundation, when everything around her seems unstable, when she feels weak, she finds strength. When she feels overlooked, she remembers she is seen. When she feels forgotten, she remembers she is chosen. This is what it looks like to be loved by God. It is not about the absence of trials, but the presence of grace in the midst of them. Her life becomes a quiet sermon teaching others what our faith looks like when it's real. She doesn't need to announce her strength. It's evident in the way she continues moving forward. She doesn't have to prove her worth. It's written all over her spirit. This love makes her bold but also gentle. It makes her strong but also tender. She can laugh at the days to come because she knows she is secure. She can pray for those who hurt her because she understands mercy. She can dream bigger because she knows nothing is impossible. This is what makes her different. Not perfection, but grace. Not a flawless path, but a faithful God who walks with her every step of the way. When God pours His love on a woman, it changes the way she experiences life and everything around her. It is a love that steadies her when the ground beneath her feels shaky. A love that reminds her of her worth when the world tries to diminish it. This love is not just a feeling, but a powerful force that moves her forward. Even when life tries to hold her back, she may not always see where she is going, but she walks with the confidence that her steps are ordered. She knows there is a hand guiding her, a voice leading her, and a covering protecting her. Even when she faces loss or disappointment, she is able to stand because she knows something greater is at work behind the scenes. This love gives her courage to face things that used to terrify her and strength to endure what others may call impossible. Well, when a woman is loved by God, she starts to view challenges differently. Instead of letting them define her, she lets them refine her. The moments of pain become lessons. The seasons of waiting become times of growth, and the trials become testimonies. This doesn't mean she doesn't cry or feel overwhelmed. It means her tears are not wasted. Every emotion, every struggle, every setback is used to make her stronger and wiser. Her faith becomes deeper because she sees that even in the valley she is not alone. When fear knocks at her door, she remembers that she is loved by the one who casts out all fear. When doubt tries to settle in, she reminds herself of the promises she has seen fulfilled before. She is not controlled by circumstances because she is anchored to something eternal. This love also affects how she treats others. Because she knows she is loved, she can love. Because she has been forgiven, she can forgive. She becomes a source of encouragement, speaking life to those who feel forgotten, offering kindness where there is hurt and extending grace where there is failure. People may not understand where her strength comes from, but they are drawn to it. There's a light in her that cannot be hidden because it's not from her. It's from the one who lives in her. She can endure loneliness without bitterness, success without pride, and struggles without losing hope. The woman loved by God carries something that words can hardly explain. It's a quiet power, a steady confidence, and a heart full of trust. The beauty of this love is that it's not based on perfection. She doesn't have to be flawless to be loved. She doesn't have to have all the answers to be guided. She doesn't have to always feel strong to be strengthened. This love meets her where she is and lifts her to where she needs to be. It carries her when she is tired, teaches her when she is uncertain, and renews her when she feels worn out. This love gives her the courage to dream, to hope, to believe that her best days are not behind her but ahead. It's the reason she can smile even after tears, rise even after falling, and keep moving when life seems hard. To be loved by God is to live with the assurance that every step, every breath, every moment is known and held by Him, and that makes all the difference. When a woman is deeply loved by God, there is something different about the way she moves through life. It is as though an invisible hand is guiding her steps, a quiet voice whispering peace to her soul, and a strength rising within her even when she feels weak. This love cannot always be explained, but it can be seen in the way she responds to life's pressures. While others may crumble, she endures. While others may doubt, she believes. While others lose their way, she finds direction. This love gives her an inner calm, a kind of peace that surprises even herself. It teaches her to rest even when everything around her seems uncertain, to trust when there are no answers, and to hope when the night feels long. She knows that the love she carries is not ordinary. It is powerful and unshakable. A love that does not abandon, a love that never fails. When God loves a woman, He doesn't promise her a life without pain, but He promises she will never face it alone. Her battles may be fierce, but her strength is greater because it is drawn from Him. There are moments when she cries, but even her tears have because she knows she is already chosen. She does not waste time comparing or competing because she trusts the unique path she's been given. She does not need to be perfect to be valued. She's valued because she is loved. Even when she stumbles, she rises because she knows grace is greater. This understanding frees her heart to live fully, to love deeply, and to forgive easily. It teaches her that kindness is strength, humility is beauty, and faith is power. Others are drawn to her light without always knowing why. They see her joy in hardship, her steadiness in storms, and her hope when everything seems uncertain. She doesn't have to announce it. It's evident in her words, her actions, and even her silence. The love of God shapes her character in ways that no one can ignore. She becomes a safe place for others, a voice of encouragement, a reminder that faith is worth holding on to. Her life, though not free of pain, becomes full of purpose. She understands that every season has meaning, that every step has been prepared, and that she has never forgotten. The beauty of being loved by God is not in the absence of problems, but in the presence of His peace. It's what allows her to stand tall when the world feels heavy, to lift her head when disappointment tries to bow it down, and to keep going when everything says stop. This love is the quiet strength in her laughter, the courage in her decisions, and the hope in her prayers. It is the foundation of her faith and the reason she knows no matter what comes, she is safe, secure, and chosen. When God's love rests on a woman, everything about her life begins to reflect it, even in ways she cannot see. It does not mean she will never face trials, but it does mean she will face them differently. There is something unshakable in her, a quiet strength that rises when life gets heavy, a calmness that settles her heart when the world around her is restless. This love gives her courage when she feels afraid and hope when she feels forgotten. She knows she is never walking alone. And that assurance changes everything. She can face uncertainty with grace, setbacks with faith, and even heartbreak with trust because she believes there is a greater plan unfolding. She does not have to understand every detail to believe every promise. She knows she is seen, she is known, and she is cared for by the one who holds the universe. When others see her, they may notice that her joy seems to shine even in seasons of loss. They may wonder why she is able to forgive so quickly, why she is able to stand so firmly, why she carries a peace that doesn't make sense. It is because she is anchored in something eternal. Her heart is rooted in love that does not shift with the times, does not depend on circumstances, and does not fail when people fail her. Even when she feels weak, she is strong because her strength comes from a source far greater than herself. She can bend without breaking, cry without losing hope, and wait without giving up because she knows her story is still being written. This love changes the way she treats others. She can show kindness even to those who hurt her because she knows what mercy feels like. She can encourage the broken because she remembers when she needed encouragement herself. She can love deeply without fear of rejection because she knows she is already fully loved. This is not about being perfect or having it all together. It's about being secure in who she is and who she is. That security makes her gentle yet powerful, humble yet confident. She knows she has chosen not because of what she does, but because of who God is. Even when life takes unexpected turns, she learns to trust. Disappointments do not destroy her. They develop her. Delays do not discourage her. They prepare her. Pain does not harden her heart. It softens it for others. She carries a sense of purpose that nothing can steal. The love of God gives her eyes to see beyond the moment and courage to keep going even when the road seems long. She knows that every season has a reason, every battle has an end, and every prayer has been heard. People may not understand her faith, but they cannot deny her strength. They may question her joy, but they cannot ignore it. They may wonder at her peace, but they are drawn to it. She doesn't have to shout it or prove it. Her life speaks louder than words. It's in the way she holds on when others let go. The way she chooses faith over fear, and the way she stands tall even when she feels small. To be loved by God is to live with an inner certainty that no storm can erase. It is to walk each day knowing she is never forgotten, never abandoned, always loved beyond measure. So to every woman listening, remember this. When God loves you, it will show. It will not always come in loud moments or dramatic signs, but in the quiet strength that holds you when you feel like falling. In the peace that stays when the world shakes, and in the doors that open when you thought there was no way forward. His love is not fragile. It is steady. It is not uncertain. It is sure, and it will carry you through valleys and lift you to mountain tops. Let this be your confidence, your comfort, and your courage. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are loved, chosen, and set apart by the one who sees your heart and calls you his own. Walk boldly, live fully, and keep trusting. His love is not fragile. It is steady, unshaken by the storms of life, unbroken by the weight of your mistakes, and unshaken by the uncertainty of your future. Unlike the fragile love of people that sometimes wavers with conditions, moods, or seasons, his love is constant. It does not bend under pressure or disappear in your darkest hour. It is strong enough to hold you when you are falling, and wide enough to cover every flaw, every doubt, and every fear. This is the love that carries you through valleys where shadows seem heavy and hope feels far away. It is also the love that lifts you to mountaintops where joy overflows and victories remind you that you are not walking alone. In every stage of your journey, His love is your anchor and your source of strength. When you feel invisible, overlooked, or forgotten, remember this truth. You are seen by the one who formed you. You are chosen by the one who called you before the foundation of the world. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. His love has set you apart, marked you as His own, and given you an identity that no one can erase. That is why this love becomes your confidence when doubt creeps in, your comfort when life breaks your heart, and your courage when fear tells you to give up. Even when everything around you seems to shift, His love does not. It is not fragile because it was never built on your performance. It is steady because it flows from His character, unchanging, faithful, eternal. This truth invites you to live differently. It calls you to walk boldly because you are not walking alone. It gives you permission to live fully because your worth is already secured, not up for debate or negotiation. You can take risks, pursue dreams, and face challenges with courage because His love goes before you, walks beside you, and surrounds you. Every step you take is covered by grace, and every fall is met with mercy. And when fear whispers that you are not enough, His love reminds you that He is more than enough, and in Him, so are you. So keep trusting, even when the road is long and the night feels endless. Trust that the same love that has carried you this far will never fail you. Trust that the valleys will not last forever, and the mountaintops will come again. Trust that in your weakness, His strength is revealed. And as you keep trusting, you will discover that His love is not only your foundation, but also your fuel. It will empower you to endure, to rise, to hope, and to live with unshakable faith. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are loved, chosen, and set apart. That is the unbreakable truth. And that is why you can walk boldly, live fully, and keep trusting without fear.